Hi there, it's Matt Young from Tukuna Acting Club, and I'm here. Again, this is from our monologue students. We're talking about the where this week. So I've asked you who, what, where, when, how. This week we're talking about the where. So when you're doing a monologue, the where is incredibly important. So what happens often when we're doing monologues is we're just in this space. So I'm actually in an environment right now. I'm actually in my home. You can see the pictures behind me. There's a hallway, there's depth. But also it's a little bit cold right now. I've got on my Ugg boots. I'm in a big room. I'm by myself. I know that no one's going to walk in when I'm talking to you. So these are all parts of my environment, parts of the where that are really important to this particular monologue, which is me instructing and speaking to you. But also where I'm speaking to you over a video. So I'm not sitting directly opposite you. I'm not having an intimate conversation with you. I'm sort of speaking to the internet. So the where is really important. So when you're looking at a monologue, I want you to decide where you are. So the who is also often going to determine the where. So if the who is I'm speaking to a baby, then I'm probably going to be in a small room with a bassinet, yeah? If I'm speaking to a bunch of university students, I'm probably going to be in a 500-seat auditorium standing behind a lectern. So that's my where. So that's going to affect the way that I speak to someone. Because if I'm speaking to a small baby who's sitting in a pram or in a crib in a small room, which is probably warm and probably has low light, if it's bedtime, maybe there's a nightlight next to the crib. That's a very different thing than speaking to a university group of university students in Fiji, for example. I can actually picture the hall that I'm in. It's tiered and all this sort of stuff. So the environment really informs the monologue and the character. So I want you to really dissect the where. Where are you? Are you in a public place or in your private place is really important. And sometimes it's even better if something that you think is in a private place, if you try it in a public place, right? So we've all had those conversations where you've been with someone and you've been in a public place. Maybe it's in the aisle of a grocery store, or maybe it's in a park and there's people walking by occasionally. And we have to say something that's really important and something that should be something that's said in a private space. Ideally, maybe I'm breaking up with you, but we find ourselves in a public space. And so how does that affect, how does our environment, our where, affect how that monologue is performed? So if the monologue is about I'm breaking up with you, and all of a sudden I put myself in the where, in the aisle of a grocery store, even that grocery store, it could be in an aisle of a grocery store here in the outback where probably not many people are going to walk by. Or am I in the aisle of a grocery store in a major city like Sydney or New York City where there's a lot of people walking by, and I'm trying to get this information out to you, but I'm playing with the environment, yeah? So that's what I'd encourage you to do in your rehearsals is to, you can actually go into different physical places, into different wheres in your home, if that makes sense for the situation. Visit those places. I mean, a great thing to do is, if you think the where is going to be a public park, is to go and rehearse it in a public park and just sort of see how that environment affects you. Is it going to affect how loud you're speaking? Is it going to affect what's the other stimulus that's coming in? And then if the where is the situation that you're in a room the size of the room that I'm in and you're speaking directly to the camera to try to affect an audience that's on the internet, I mean, that's a different way of this whole monologue, or this whole whatever I'm doing right now, would be completely different if I were in a lecture hall, or if I were speaking intimately to a friend who was in person and not online. So I really want you to think about the where. Okay, I hope that helps. Chat soon. Bye.